Welcome to the first video on how to succeed in a math class and all other classes. Again, I am Becky and I am here to talk through some things. So the first one, what does a weighted average even mean and why should I care? Well, first off, you should care. So a lot of courses, whether it's math or anything else, high school, college, a lot of them base off a weighted average. So your final grade is made up of a lot of different parts and they matter a different amount. So let's talk about this. Let's see what this means. So first, by definition, this is not like a mathematical definition. This is a Becky definition. But we're talking about a weighted average. Not all categories carry the same weight in your final grade. So when you're looking through things, you're like, oh, projects are 30% where homework is only 10. Projects are weighted more. It means it counts more toward your final grade. Okay? Now, does that mean that some things are more important? Mathematically, yes, because something that has a higher percentage in the weight counts more towards the final grade. But if you don't do all the pieces, you struggle, right? So can you just skip the lower percentage items? No, they're there for a reason. And mathematically, sometimes they're needed. So I have a legit example of how this works. Okay, I just finished teaching summer session. I had a couple of math courses. So this was the breakdown of my online course. Right? These are the weighted averages. So you can see the midterm and the final are each at 30%. Homework 15%, discussion boards 5%. I don't like discussion boards. They are what they are. And then quizzes and exam review quizzes, two different categories, both 10%. For a total of 100, right? You need 100% because it's the whole thing. Okay, now to calculate your grade based off these weighted averages, you have to find the category average. So think about this. When you do your homework, there are, let's say, 20 homework assignments over the semester. So we average all of those. We add up all 20, divide by 20, and that's the category average. And we do this for every category. So these were the category averages of the student. Now, this student told me, I know what I'm doing. Like, this is not the first time I've taken this class. I know the content. I don't really need to do all of the work because I can do well on the exams. You'll notice the midterm and the final are both 30% of the grade. That's a big portion. Now, think this through. Let's just say the first four, homework, discussion boards, quizzes, review, examiner quizzes, if those were all zeros, like didn't do any of those, but got 100% on both exams, you'd still only have a 60 in the class, which is a D. Now, how often do people get hundreds on all the exams? Not very often. So anyway, these are the actual category averages. You can see this student didn't do much homework, discussion boards, or quizzes, and didn't do any exam review quizzes. Got an A and a B on the midterm and final. Those are great exam scores. Now, to calculate your grade, we multiply each weight times the category average. So if I take 15% times 32, I get 4.8. I call these quality points. So you earn quality points in every category. So this student who knew the content and did really well in the midterm and final ended up with a 60.9, which is a D. And if you want to transfer that to a different school, it doesn't transfer. In some spots, some schools, a D gets a degree, but it never transfers. And this student needed it to transfer. Knew the content, needed to put in a little bit more effort in the homework, in the discussion boards, in these other low categories that didn't seem to matter as much because the percentage was lower. So even if they're a lower percent in the weight, they still matter. You need to do all of the work, right? So the weighted average, just because something is weighted higher doesn't mean you should go all in on that. You should make sure you do everything because all of these categories come together to get you your final grade, which we want to be at least a C, maybe more, right? Don't sell yourself short. Do what you need to do. Take care of that weighted average and get yourself a good grade.